Hi everyone. Leibniz's Monadologie interests us even now, and the beginning of his book Monadologie. This is actually a letter to someone else, so begins with these sentences. Le monade dont nous parlons ici n'est autre chose qu'une substance simple qui entre dans les composés simples, c'est-à-dire sans partie. In French, difficult to understand. In English, how should I interpret or translate this? Maybe it's something like this. The monad of which we talk about here is none other than a simple substance that enters in the composite, and the word simple here means something without parts. Could you understand what I said? In another video recorded in Japanese, there I picked up 5 interpretations of this Leibnizian monad. The first one is, as you may notice, the atom in chemistry. The second interpretation is something like a unit of information. The third interpretation is a gene in biology. The fourth interpretation is a soul. Maybe Leibniz picked up this interpretation as an opposition to Cartesian mind or cogito. And the fifth interpretation is a certain dynamical point imagined in terms of differential or integral calculus, Back then, I remember I endorsed the fifth interpretation, that is to say, a dynamical point is the correct interpretation of the monad. But now, or recently, I come to think that the second interpretation, namely the interpretation of a unit of information, this interpretation might be correct. Currently, I come to think so. Have you ever think about the correspondence or the conflict between expression and impression? Usually we use the word expression as something verbal, For example, letter BOOK expresses a book in reality, for example. But when we put the word expression on the opposite side of the word impression, we can find something interesting. Watch the footage. We regard impression simply an incoming information, We think about it ontologically, not epistemologically. And on contrary, we think of expression as something like outgoing information, ontologically, not epistemologically. I think this conflict between impression and expression is the core character of the monad as a bearer of information. I think so. In terms of ontology, we can think our informative interaction in this way. This is interesting, and I think this is the core idea of Leibniz's book Monadologie. I think so. And in this context, we can understand this famous passage. Let me read. Le monade a des rapports qui expriment tous les autres et le monade est par conséquent un miroir vivant perpétuel de l'univers. The translation is added below in advance. I read it as well. The monad has a relation that expresses all the others, and so the monad is a living perpetual mirror of the universe. This intricate passage of the monadology can be understood in terms of the interpretation, as I said a short while ago. So, the monad is a unit of information, and in this context we can understand what the impression is, what the expression is, ontologically, not epistemologically. This is interesting, and this is my current understanding of Leibniz's monadology. That's it. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching.